is Craig Whispering Storyteller here, and I hope you are well. So thank you for clicking on this video. This is an ASMR channel which I just do some very naturalistic style ASMR. And since it is spooky season, we are celebrating with a new series where I'm going to read to you an adventure game book. This means that you will get a say in some of the things that happens within the story. Now, I've done these before. Recently I did Island of the Lizard King, and I've just got everything all spooky vibes now in this room, and this is the book that I'm going to read. It is The House of Hell, which is part story, part game, in which you are the hero. Now, I'm not playing this properly. This is something I'm going to read by torchlight. So there is the torchlight, and I'm going to read from the pages because it keeps that nice spooky vibe, doesn't it? This is purely me just reading the story to you. Normally you would have dice, you would have paper, but we're just reading the story, and I'll end on a bit of a cliffhanger, and we will see what we can decide happens. So are you ready for this? Without further ado, I'm going to read. Okay, this is the background to the story. Are you ready for this? Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Hopefully you're nice and warm and relaxed, and just unwind as I tell this story. Okay, you ready? The rain splatters on the windscreen relentlessly. You can see no more than a watery gloom as you strain forwards over the steering wheel to see the road ahead. Although the wipers flap valiantly, they are fighting a losing battle as the rain drives harder and harder. Your foot eases off the accelerator and the headlights struggle to light up the road ahead. Damn, you curse the white-haired old man who sent you off down this bumpy track. Probably he meant the second turning to the left, or even a right turning. The old fool, perhaps this is his idea of a joke. After all, didn't you notice a mischievous glint in his eye? Something vaguely sinister. But what sort of nonsense is this? So you've taken a wrong turn and you've been caught in a downpour in the middle of the night. The rain will ease off soon. It can't possibly keep up this deluge for the rest of the evening. Watch out! You spin the wheel frantically to the left to avoid the figure who from nowhere shows up in the headlights. The car bumps and jolts as it bounces over the rocky hillside and thumps into a ditch. You collect your thoughts. You are unhurt but shaken, but then you remember what happened. The body. You must have hit the figure which appeared. There was no way you could have avoided him. You spring out of the car, praying that he is still alive. Your clothes soak up the rain as you hobble back to the road. In the darkness it is difficult to see anything, but there is no sign of a body. You consider the situation. You are certain it was someone and not a trick of the light. Yes, you can remember the arms held up in fright as the car collided, the look of anguish on his face. His face. There was something familiar about that face. The man you recognized. An old man with white hair. Your heart leaps. No, it's impossible. With a shiver of fear, you race back to the car and jump inside, force the key into the ignition, and twist it violently. The the starter coughs, splutters, and dies. You hit the key again, but this time a single shudder is all the car can manage. You grasp the wheel with your hands and shake it desperately as if to force some life into the car. But the battery is dead. Your car is certainly not budging from the ditch tonight. Your situation is hopeless, but now the plight of your car is paramount. Where can you get help? You pass the garage in Mingleford, but that was some 20 miles away. As if in answer, a light appears in the distance. Someone has switched on a bedroom light. What a stroke of luck. It was at least 15 miles back that you passed the last house, and you happened to have broken down just a short distance from someone's house. So, you button up your coat and open the door. From outside the car, you can see the building more clearly. Just ahead to the left, a driveway winds up to a large house. It is a good 5 minutes walk away. But by the time you reach it, you'll be drenched. But how else can you call the garage? You can't afford to miss tomorrow's appointment. No, you must anyway. You'll probably be ready to dry off inside after phoning the garage. You slam the door, turn up your collar, and set off for the house. A flash of lightning lights up clearly for you, but in your preoccupation with the rain, the warning from above is wasted on you. The house is old, very old. It's in a shocking state of repair. The light in the window is flickering. It must be likely an oil lamp. Certainly not electric. And you don't notice a fact that might have turned you back straight away. There is no telephone line going into the house. As you climb the steps to the front door, little do you realize what fate has in store for you. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. Your adventure awaits. Now it tells us to turn over, so we will turn over and start our adventure. There is the house we're going to. It doesn't look very appealing, does it? Quite spooky. This kind of reminds me of the Rocky Horror Picture Show with Brad and Janet walking to the house. Shall we start singing a song? But don't worry, let's see what happens. You ready? You climb the creaking steps to the front door and pause to catch your breath. Even though you ran all the way up the drive from the car, you are soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet. Judging by the number of puddles you've stepped in the dark, the drive needs a small fortune spending on repairs. But under the porch, you are out of the storm. You brush the rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. The rain is pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. There's no lights downstairs. You step back from the porch to check the upstairs window which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing. No lights. The whole place seems to be deserted. Nothing. But then you remember the time. It's 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house has probably now gone to bed. An owl hoots in the distance and a shiver runs down your spine. The situation is a little scary. Here you are, in the middle of nowhere, at some strange run-down old house, about to wake up whoever lives person's side at midnight, this certainly won't be best pleased, but you have no choice. If you're going to make that appointment tomorrow, you must reach a telephone to call for help. So, you step up to the front door. You don't have a mobile telephone either. This book was written way before mobile telephones were even thought of. I read this book in the 80s. From the left-hand side of the house, a dull glow catches your attention. A light has been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least somebody is awake. You consider your options. There is an elaborate knocker on the middle of the door with a bell hanging down to the right. Will you rap on the door with a knocker? Will you pull the cord? Or will you creep around the house to investigate the light? Right, I'm going to make this first decision. I'll maybe leave something with you in a little bit. I say that we creep around to investigate the light. I just feel a bit uneasy about knocking on the door. I hope you're with me with this one, but I'm going to go around the side of the house and investigate the light I think something isn't right about this house. And I don't remember from previous outings when I've played this game. So we're going to turn to the next page, 289. 289, and hopefully nothing nasty is going to happen. Let's put the torch on. So we walk from the porch around the side of the house. A light is indeed on. It is shining through a window at the back of the building. Do you wish to go around and see if you can see anything at the window? Or should you walk up to one of the other windows along the side wall to see if you can enter the house without anyone knowing? I wouldn't go creeping into anyone's house because then we become an intruder. So why don't we just see if we can see something at the window? Maybe we could wave at them, let them know that we need help. See if there's anything sinister going on as well. So let's see if we can see something at the window. So we're going to go turn 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Here we go. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I've just got to say, the lit window is next to a back door which leads into a kitchen. Voices are coming from inside the kitchen, but you cannot see anyone. Whoever is there must be standing on the back wall out of sight. You strain to hear what is being said. There appears to be 2 people in the kitchen who are talking excitedly. Master is getting ready. I'm starting to get excited. I've never been to this one before. Do you really think that we may be visited? Another man's voice, rather more controlled, replies, You know, I'm having doubts about this whole affair. She is so young and she came here in all innocence. I just don't know. The men walk around the kitchen and you can see them more clearly now. They're both dressed in white gowns. One is a good deal younger than the other. Do you wish to knock on the door to see if they will let you in? Or will you wait and listen a while longer? What shall we do? I'm torn here. Shall we just wait just a little bit longer, just to see if anything happens? I hope I'm right. Is this a bit creepy for you? Hopefully it is. The younger man turns to the older one and angrily says, The Master's teachings are not for the faint-hearted. You know of his power and his promises to us all. Perhaps you are no longer strong enough to stay with us. The older man turns away towards the window. He is hiding the look on his face, which is one of nervousness and fear. He realizes that he has said the wrong thing. "No," he stammers. "I'll be alright, just a momentary weakness. Come on, let us go and get on with the preparations." Together the two men leave the kitchen, blowing out the candles on the way. You wonder what they were talking about. Now you must choose your next move. Will you try the kitchen door to see if you can sneak inside, or will you go back around the front and knock on the door? Well, I just think if we start sneaking in, we're going to cause a bit of a problem. Why don't we just knock on the door and see what happens? Do you agree with me? Good. I'm pleased. I promise I will let you do a decision very soon. Okay, so let's go and knock on the front door. I'm going to turn to 357. 357. Right, let's see what's going to happen. A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit and tails. His long face is very solemn. "Yes?" he asks indignantly. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Your car is broken down, you need to reach a telephone, and you are soaked to the skin. The man's face remains expressionless. "Come in," he orders. "The master is expecting you. Follow me." Expecting us? Really? He leads you into a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. Jeez, I hope we haven't gotten into trouble here. Let's go and see what is going to happen. Okay, I hope we're going to be okay. You sit down on a solid carved chair and look around. The reception hall is certainly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. Will you wait for your host to arrive? Will you study the paintings or hunt for a telephone? Now we already know there is no telephone. Maybe they could let us stay the night. Maybe we could leave the next morning. I doubt this is going to happen, but that's what I would be hoping to do. Why don't we wait for the host to arrive? Let's be polite. Let's not intrude in the house. Then they can't surely attack us or think that we're hostile. So let's wait for the host to arrive. 277. 277. 277. 277. Oh, here we go. These pictures aren't as good as the original version, by the way, but there we go. That is the guy who answered the door with his master. Let's see what happens. Footsteps. Someone is coming. The tall man you met earlier opens the door for another tall man, dressed in a purple smoking jacket. "May I present Lord Kellner, the Earl of Drummer," the butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong and his eyes pierce yours. His lips widen into a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament. He holds up his hand. "Please, please, I can see that you've been caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire and see whether we can help." Good sign. "Franklin's, tell the cook to prepare some dinner for our visitor." You protest that you do not wish to be any trouble, but your host ignores you say that we're not going to be going anywhere tonight. I mean, that car is not going to be fixed tonight, so why don't we take the drink? It might make us feel a bit warmer, and ask if we can use the phone. I don't think that's an unreasonable request, so let's do that. 394 394 394 394. Right, okay. The fire and the brandy warm you, and you begin to feel more relaxed. You may deduct one fear point if you have any. We're not playing the game properly, we're just having a bit of fun. You explain to the Earl what happened on the road, and you would like to use his telephone to call the local garage. I'm afraid our telephone line came down tonight with the storm, he replies. You will have it repaired tomorrow morning. In any case, the garage will not come out at this hour. But don't worry. You are perfectly welcome to spend the night here. I'm glad of the company. Tomorrow Franklin's will take you into town. Ah, here is Franklin's now. The butler comes in to announce that a meal is ready. You both rise and go into the dining room. Turn to page 309. 309, 309, 309. So far so good, but I've just got the sneaky feeling that something sinister is taking place. Do you get that feeling too? I knew you would. Okay, the dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between two fine chairs, and it is laid out with gleaming cutlery. A rich red wallpaper covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier, bristling with candles, which hangs from the ceiling. You take your seat, and the butler moves behind you to offer you the wine. Will you take the white wine or the red wine? I'm more of a white wine person myself. Red wine is very heavy. I'll make the decision with this one. And we will take the white wine. White wine. 3269. I hope it's not going to be drugged. Please, 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 please don't be drugged. Please don't be drugged. 269, 269. 269, 269. Oh, I've seen something. The wine is dry and light, obviously a very expensive vintage, but there is a puzzling aftertaste which you cannot place. Perhaps there is a little sediment in the decanter. No, the wine tastes more like aspirin. Too late, you realise that your wine has been drugged. You start to raise yourself from the table, but the effects are already taking hold. You stumble, fall back, and crash to the floor. Your consciousness fades. Turn to 173. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Forgive me for this. 173. Oh, I made that decision. Maybe we should have went with the red. I wonder what the red would have done. But let's read on. Okay. I'll make my torch on. You open your eyes. Your head is spinning, and it's some time before you become fully aware that your hands and feet are bound. The room you are in is empty, but you work out a plan. You will hop over to the window, break the glass, and use it to cut yourself free. Pulling yourself to your feet is awkward, but you manage it with a mixture of hops and shuffles, and arrive at the window. Outside, the wind is blowing the rain against the window pane. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands? Something of a risky business. It asks us to roll dice and test our luck, but we're just going to say we're lucky. Again, this is just a reading for the thrill of the tale, I guess. So we're going to turn to 136, 136, 136. You managed to escape the splintering glass without harm. Now turn to 317. 317, 317, 317. You cut yourself free and massage your wrists and get the circulation moving again. Then you walk over to the door and try it. It is not locked. You try the handle, open it a little and look outside. The room is on a first floor landing. Facing the door is a balustrade, and looking over the banisters you can see the entrance hall below. To your left there is 2 doors to the corner of the landing which runs along to the right. Do you want to go that way, or would you rather go to your right? The landing runs past another door and then turns to the left. I don't think there's any sort of rhyme or reason here, so let's turn to the 287. 287, it's purely guess, it's purely luck. 287 it was. 287, 287. You walk up to the 2 doors in the corner of the balcony. One to your left is called Balthus, and the other in front of you has no name. Do you wish to enter the Balthus room, or would you rather go through the other door, or would you choose to ignore these doors and walk around the landing? Let's try the Balthus door. Again, it's all, I guess we need to find a way out. But it's not going to be as blatant as just walking to the front door. I just know it. But let's have a look in the Balthus room. 299, 299. He did say he was expecting us, didn't he? I wonder what he meant by that. Here we go. The room you have entered is bare. Pinstriped wallpaper covers the wall. A hearth set to the centre of one wall on the mantelpiece. There is a small wooden box. The curtains are pulled together along the other wall, but they hang awkwardly, bulging at unnatural places. Do you want to investigate the bulging curtains, open the box on the mantelpiece, or leave the room? Okay, why don't we open the box on the mantelpiece? I've got a feeling whatever's behind the curtains is going to be nasty, but let's see if there's something in the box. So we're going to open the box on the mantelpiece, turn to 197, 197, 197, 197. You walk up to the mantelpiece and pick up the box. A catch is holding it shut. But before you open the box, a rustling from the window attracts your attention. Something is happening. You place the box back on the mantelpiece and walk over to the curtains. Turn to 236. What is behind these curtains? But we're about to find out. Is it something spooky? Who knows? Oh no. Look what we've come face to face with. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. From behind the curtain, a heavy blow hits you in the chest and knocks you backwards on the floor. Lose 2 stamina points and add 2 fear points. We're not playing the game. You pick yourself up quickly and the curtain slides to one side. A figure steps out. Its skin is a green, dirty colour. Its wide eyes stare at you, yet through you. Its jaw gapes open to reveal a mouth that is full of rotten teeth. It wears ragged clothes and advances towards you. It is a zombie. So we have to fight the zombie, but we're going to beat the zombie because we're not playing the game, and we're going to turn to 114. 114. The first supernatural experience we've had already. Do you wish to leave the room or investigate the box on the mantelpiece? Let's look at the box on the mantelpiece because that's what we were doing originally before we were rudely disturbed. Let's turn to 4040. The box rattles when you touch it. There is something solid inside. You undo the catch and open the lid. Inside you find a small key. You try the key in the door and it fits. The key turns and unlocks the door, allowing you to leave the room. You find that you're in the corner of a landing. There is an unmarked door to your left. Do you want to go through it or go straight ahead? You can see the main staircase leading downstairs. Do you wish to go this way? Turn to 193. Let's go through the unmarked door. Or should we go downstairs? I can't decide what to do. Let's go downstairs. It seems like the sensible thing to do, doesn't it? 193, but something tells me it's not going to be that simple. A short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downstairs. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you wish to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or will you continue around the landing? You know what? I'm going to let you decide what you want to do. Part of me is saying, let's just go downstairs and see what's going on, instead of creeping around rooms and things, but something tells me there is nothing down there that we want to see. So for the next video, do you want to go downstairs, try the unmarked door, or continue around the landing? I'm going to let you decide what you would like to do, and then we can return back to the house of hell. That was my spooky laugh, by the way, and I will see you again very soon.